Well, the countdown is on for the highly anticipated bout between YouTuber Jake Paul and boxing legend Mike Tyson. Paul will face the 58-year-old heavyweight in a professional boxing match this Friday in Arlington, Texas. Tyson is returning to professional boxing after 19 years away. Paul, the YouTuber, is looking to build on his record of 10-1. The fight will be live streamed on Netflix. Joining me now, Matt Cauz, TSN 1050 host and co-host of Matt Cauz, the podcast. Matt, thanks as always for joining us.
Absolutely. Good to be here.
You excited about this? Are you intrigued? How do you feel about this fight?
I am very intrigued. I think partially because I'm not a boxing purist. Growing up as a sports fan, boxing was certainly popular, but it's gone down over the last 20 years, really since the peak years of Mike Tyson. But I think we're all curious, one, because Jake Paul is a great villain. A lot of people don't like the manufactured celebrity of him. He's a YouTuber, influencer. As Mike Tyson said, he's not really a natural-born killer. He's a manufactured one. And there's a lot of people that want to see Jake Paul getting knocked out and knocked out early by Mike Tyson. So, yeah, I am fascinated by this fight. It's free for anyone who has Netflix. It's not on at like 11:30 at night like most boxing matches are, which is way too late. So that's good for everyone in the North American time zone. So, yeah, I'm certainly interested in seeing what happens.
What do you think? Okay, so with it now, I mean, Tyson's 58, and Paul's gone up to, he boxes between 185 and 2, and he's at like 220 for this. That's a huge jump for weight.
It is. It's a massive one. And to be fair to Jake Paul, there's a lot of slings and arrows we can throw his way, but he has taken the boxing thing very seriously for a decade, and he is in great shape. And you could see his commitment to it as well. But yes, that certainly changes the way he's going to fight. But the other big one you mentioned is the age difference. Yes, Mike Tyson is a professional boxer, one of the greatest of all time. But he hasn't boxed in nearly 20 years beyond an exhibition match against Roy Jones Jr. And I think that's the one concern. A guy who's like 30, 31 years older than his opponent, what is that going to do in terms of conditioning? I think if we're a prediction for the fight, if Tyson's going to win, it's going to be early. The longer the fight goes on, I think gives Jake Paul the advantage just because of conditioning. I think what we all want to see is Mike Tyson power punch early. I think that's the way for the road for Mike Tyson to win. If you look at it from the betting perspective, Jake Paul is actually a favorite next Friday night.
Really interesting, because I mean, I know he's 58, but he's Mike Tyson, and he looks in amazing shape. I watched some of his videos when he was training in that, and he looks incredible, and he's a frightening man. Like, he is a boxer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You know what's funny? Anyone from our demographic, our generation, anyone who grew up with Tyson, the idea that Tyson would be an underdog against a YouTuber is crazy. Usually the books, they know what they're doing when they set these lines. Also, you have to remember, this fight was supposed to be, I think, in late May, and it got postponed because Mike Tyson had an ulcer issue. So we look at the age, or we forget about the age. We look at him there. We look at him there on the screen, and we see the training videos, and it makes us think of like the late 80s, mid 90s, late 90s. That's a long time ago. And Paul is certainly is taller. The weight is about the same. So again, I got
to wrap you up there. We're almost out of time. It's supposed to 8 rounds max, 2 minutes each. How many rounds do you think it'll go before we go?
I think it goes the distance. I think these guys are going to want to sell this fight as well. I think it goes 8.
All right. Perfect, Matt. Thanks as always, sir.
Absolutely.